The White House is defending its handling of fired National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. Sean Spicer saying today, "We did what we were supposed to do." This comes after a congressional hearing where former acting Attorney General Sally Yates testified that President Obama warned Donald Trump not to hire Flynn. Joining us now via Skype is Hans von Spakovsky, Senior Legal Fellow at the Heritage Foundation. Hans, Democrats are playing up the fact that it took 18 days for the White House learning that Flynn was not telling the truth about his meetings with Russian officials and Trump's decision to fire Flynn. Did the White House handle Flynn correctly?
Well, you have to remember they're just coming into office. They are overwhelmed with huge issues and trying to fill literally hundreds, if not thousands, of slots in the federal government. The fact that it took them a little while to take care of this, I think much ado is being made of nothing. And let's not forget this. Flynn isn't accused of doing anything nefarious. In fact, he was doing exactly what you would expect incoming head of the National Security Division to do, which is to speak to foreign ambassadors to get what their feel is about their relationships with the American government, and then to be able to advise the president on things that perhaps ought to be changed. So he wasn't doing anything nefarious, which is what everybody seems to be hinting at in all of these hearings.
Sean Spicer still fields a lot of questions about it. What do you think it's going to take for the White House to be able to put this issue behind them?
I think this is really, in essence, a media-generated controversy. Flynn is gone. He wasn't in office very long at all. So I really don't see why they are making such a fuss about this.
Well, let's switch topics here then, Hans. Yesterday, President Trump named nearly a dozen nominees to fill federal court vacancies. A lot of attention has been focused on his Supreme Court pick, Neil Gorsuch. But these nominees are going to have a huge influence on legal issues. What can we expect?
Well, he picked what looked like conservative justices judges who believe in applying the law and the Constitution. This is very important. Why? Well, because there are 120 vacancies in the federal courts. This is just a start on filling those vacancies with good judges. And we know this is important because we have had, frankly, erroneous decisions coming out of liberal activist federal judges all over the country. We need to get some better judges into the lower courts.
The president's new executive order on immigration is being challenged in courts this week. Could these new judges have any impact on the future of this issue?
Well, the Fourth Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals heard arguments this week on his revised executive order. None of these picks were for the Fourth Circuit, so it won't affect that court. But having gotten Neil Gorsuch on the Supreme Court is going to be most important to his revised alien entry order. Why? Well, because when the Fourth Circuit rules, if they rule against the government, then we're going to get an appeal directly to the Supreme Court.
And he has a lot of other court positions to fill as well. Hans von Spakovsky with the Heritage Foundation. Thanks so much for your analysis.
Thanks for having me.